Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I realise it has been a minute since I conducted my last free trade dividend portfolio review, so that is what we're going to conduct today. It's a new year, so I'm going to start it off with where my portfolio is right up to the start of the year, where my free trade dividend portfolio is right at the start of the year, and then hopefully in 12 months time I'll do another portfolio review right at the end of the year. Of course I'll do a few updates along the way, but I really want to get out there start of the year and then 365 days later another one at the end of the year. So with that being said, let's get in there and let's take a look. Hey guys, welcome into the portfolio, the free trade portfolio review. So it's going to pop up right here, and as you can see I am pretty well up at the moment. My portfolio size is now £12,284, up £1,922.57p since I started investing, which I'm pretty happy with, if I'm honest. As you can see here, the portfolio is going from strength to strength, going up in value pretty well. Obviously that's coming with deposits as well. So let's get into it. Let's have a look at the actual positions that I've got right here. So we have number one position. Some people may disagree with this one, but I have AT&T with 50 shares, currently worth £900, down 18%, and the reason for that is because of the debt level that the company has, and it's soon to be breaking itself into to concentrate on its telephone side of things, and then it's spinning off Warner into Discovery. So there's a little bit of unease amongst the investors about that, and it's going to trim its dividend back. But I believe scooping some free shares in the new company and holding on, averaging down my cost, will actually benefit me in the long term. Do let me know in the comments below if you disagree with that one. The next company I have is Unilever. I have 18 shares of Unilever, a value of £706, down 5.6%. Now the rest of this portfolio is remarkably green, guys. You are going to like this. The next company I have is AbbVie, 6.3 shares, worth £643, 46% up, guys. Very happy with that. Next company is another pharmaceutical company, that is GSK, 40 shares, £642, 15%. Next company is Shell. I got a lot of grief for this when I invested in this a long time ago, because people were like, battery electric, the battery is going to take over, electric cars are going to take over. There's a long time left in oil yet, guys, and Shell is almost an energy company too. So I'm 20% up on this one, £632 for 39 shares. Sage Accounting is next, 72 shares, 29% up for a value of 615. Legal and General next after that, 200 shares, 25% up, worth £594. The next one is Pepsi, 4.4 shares, £576, 23% up. Next is Coca-Cola. Got 13 shares in that at 11% up for £573. Next one is IBM, 5.7 shares, £468, not much of a return on that one. That came down because it spun out another company. I actually received about a share and a half in that company, which I then sold off and then reinvested that money, because I just wanted to focus on IBM rather than have another company in my portfolio. Next one is Visa, only 7% up. Got absolutely hammered by the fintech sell-off. I was a lot higher in this company, but it got affected by the sell-off. I used the opportunity to add a little bit more, but I was quite happy with having about £500 of it at the moment, in line with everything else. Next is BP, another oil / energy company, 170 shares, 10% up. Good dividend payer, this company. Next is Reality Income, 9.8% up on this one, 540. Again, I had another share come through in this company. It spun a company out of itself. I received a free share in that, basically, and once again I sold it because I didn't want to get too diverse in my portfolio, and reinvested the money right back in again. Raytheon Technologies is next, 8.3 shares, 46% up on this one. Very pleased with that. 3M is next, only the 4.6% up on this one. I was a hell of a lot higher, but it decided to sell back off, especially with the pandemic ended. I'm really not that fussed about this company, just going to keep adding to it because I know how good it is being a dividend king over the long term. Next is Tate & Lyle, 533 £30 worth, 80 shares, currently sat basically break even point. This company is again going to break itself in two and hand out a significant amount of cash back to shareholders next year. So I'm sort of waiting for that. I'm expecting a pretty healthy return, but I was already invested in this company anyway, so this is just going to be a perk, and it's going to keep the company quite competitive. Next is Pennon Group. 45 shares in this one, 20% down due to a quirky way that the company rearranged its shares. My average share price actually went up and then came back down as they issued new shares. I haven't actually made a 20% loss in the company, but that's how it's viewed in my portfolio. It's actually kind of the same, and I got a really good return in that as well. They returned a significant amount of money to shareholders because of the sale of Bristol Water, I think it was, that they sold. Next I have Intertek at 6 shares, 6% up there for £330. McDonald's is next, 30% up on that one for £268. Caterpillar 1.4 shares basically, 38% up on that one, £213. Diageo, the British alcohol company, 53% up, top performer right there. Very impressed with that one. Wish I'd bought more at the start, don't we all always? Croda is next, £201, 33% up, 2 shares. Starbucks, 30% up on my 1.5 shares, 128. National Grid, same cost basically, 12 shares, 23% up. Halma, 25% up, 4 shares, 128. Lockheed Martin in at 120, 4% down for my half a share. Ashtead is next, the construction company, 2 shares of that up 8%. Looking to add more to these. The whole idea, guys, is to get £500 in each position if I can, unless a significant buying opportunity arises. And then obviously, like AT&T, I've spent significantly more money on that one because there is an opportunity, I believe, there. And the last two is Bunzl, up 15% at £115 for 4 shares, and Detra Pharmaceuticals at £52 as well for just the 1 share, 11% up. If I have a look at my activity, you can quickly see some of the good dividends that I've received over the last couple of months, and then some of my purchases as well. So looking good, looking strong here. I'm not going to add too many more stocks to this portfolio. There's the Orion RET that I sold there, that spun out of Realty Income, and then Kendrill came out of IBM. I just returned that money straight into the portfolio, sold the share, and then reinvested it straight away to keep my positions at about 30. So that wraps the portfolio review up there, and I'll catch you back in a second. So guys, these positions will remain largely the same now over the coming months and years. I will of course do updates here and there so you can see how the portfolio is doing, but the actual stocks in the portfolio now are fairly firm and aren't going to change that much. I'm just going to continue adding to them over time and taking advantage of any dips and opportunities that come that way. The only two things that are going to change is I will receive a significant dividend from the Tate and Lyle when that goes through, when they return that cash to investors. GSK, as you saw, one of my top positions, is also breaking itself into two companies, one being a biopharma company, the other becoming a commercial side of things. So I will let you know of that, and I'm going to keep both shares in both companies. So I'm going to keep the biopharma side, and then I'm going to keep the commercial side. I believe it is getting involved with Pfizer's commercial side as well. That's going to be a nice company in both, quite diverse to keep up with right there. And then the last side of things is AT&T. That company is also breaking itself down, spinning out Warner Media into Discovery and creating a big rival to the likes of Disney Plus and Netflix right there. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out, because the potential return on that could be huge, especially if you look at the sort of likes that Netflix has in its valuation. If the spin out of HBO Max essentially and Warner Brothers has anything like the same valuation, there's going to be a huge return there. It is going to take some debt with it, but there is going to be a huge amount to return, potentially return to me. And then AT&T itself should continue along. It's going to not go through the same sort of growth process. It is going to be high single digit growth, and the dividend is hopefully going to remain about 4 to 5%, which is good enough for me. As long as the share price continues to tick slowly upwards, there is still a return to be had there as well, especially if I can continue to bring my average down even more. So that wraps us up for today, guys. If you could see your way to smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel, that would be absolutely awesome. And I'll see you for another free trade dividend portfolio update in the future. and I'll see you in the next investing episode. Catch you later.